Hi, Owensboro Church of Christ. Hope you're having a great day. Hope everything's going well for you. I don't know if you watched the news. I saw on ABC News, it was a while back, but I saw on ABC News a story that was in Pontiac, Michigan. And in Pontiac, Michigan, there was this demolition company that bulldozed the wrong home. Did you see this story? But investigators started looking into the incident to find out how these demolition crew could possibly bulldoze the wrong home. And as the investigators were looking into the incident, they found out that the owner of the house, who was scheduled to have the home demolished, he had found out about it. And so he secretly took off the numbers of his house and on his mailbox and nailed the numbers of his own address to his neighbor's house in order to avoid the demolition. The demolition contractors were supposed to tear down 398 Edison Street, but instead they knocked down 404 Edison Street due to the number switch. The owner of the mistakenly demolished home, he told police he didn't give any permission to anyone to demolish his home, and he believes the city of Pontiac owes him a new home. The owner of the home that was intended to be demolished, he had been found and identified, but he was refusing to make comment on any of the case. Imagine that. When I heard about this story on the news, I couldn't help but think about the time in John chapter 2 when Jesus was talking about the fact that he came to earth to tear down his own house. Jesus did the complete opposite of the people in this story in Pontiac who were trying to tear down each other's homes in order to save their own. Jesus was on a mission to let his own house be torn down for the sake of others. Imagine the scene for a minute and how confused everyone must have been when Jesus was speaking to the Jewish leaders and to his own disciples. Picture them eyeing one another as he challenged the religious leaders when he said to them in John chapter 2 verse 19, he said, "Destroy this temple and I will raise it again in 3 days." And the leaders answered back, "It's taken 46 years to build this temple. You're going to raise it in 3 days?" Verse 20. But Jesus knew that he was referring to his own body. He wasn't referring to brick and mortar building that was the temple. He's referring to the fact that his own body was the temple. See, Jesus came to earth on a mission to destroy his own body, to destroy his own self. And people didn't understand that. They couldn't fathom that. They couldn't fathom that Jesus came to show that the harm we do to ourselves and to another, like this guy in Pontiac did to his neighbor who changed the numbers on the house to avoid having his home destroyed. When we pull these stupid tricks and treat each other wrongly, that's what Jesus came for. And he said, I'm willing to give myself as an atonement to take care of all the dumb things you've done. Every sin, every mean thing we've done to someone, every stupid little trick that we've done, it ultimately falls on Jesus Christ. He's the one that atones for it. Jesus made an atonement for all our sins by destroying his own body. And of course, raising it again in 3 days. God has always known our hearts far better than we do. So he didn't entrust the fullness of his plans even to those who saw his miracles and believed in him. In that same chapter, John chapter 2, in verses 23 and 25, it says, "Now while in Jerusalem at the Passover festival, many people saw the signs he was performing and believed in his name. But Jesus would not entrust himself to them, for he knew all people. He did not need any testimony about mankind, for he knew what was in each person." Then, just as now, Jesus slowly reveals the love and goodness of God that we couldn't have understood even if he told us. Jesus allowed himself to come to this earth and be completely destroyed for you and for me, so he could take care of all of our sins. And I hope that that inspires you today. I hope that that helps you make a decision, a renewed decision to say, I'm ready to live for Him today, not for me. I'm going to put away my old self and I want to put on the new self. I hope it encourages you. It encourages me to know that Jesus was willing to do that for me. I'm going to go ahead and stop. My voice is not as good as it should be. I've been singing a little too much, but I hope that just the short devotional thought here today has been enough to encourage you. And we'll see you soon, Holmes Road.